Nobody else dictates what your life is supposed to look like except you do. The world tries to box you in and define what you are capable of doing and where your success resides. But honestly, you write your own pen. If it is something that needs to be different, own it. End waiting for a yes. Stop asking for people to validate things for you. Decide now you're the boss of your path and become the boss. From the moment we are born, society, family, and culture begin shaping our beliefs about what is possible. We are told what success should look like, what paths are safe, and what expectations we should meet. But these external influences, while often well-intentioned, do not define who we are or what we are capable of achieving. The only person who can decide the trajectory of your life is you. Every great leader, innovator, and game changer in history reached his or her pinnacle because he or she chose to break free from what the world expected of them and instead wrote their own rules. Ownership of your life means embracing responsibility. It's easy to blame circumstances, the past, or other people for where we are. But the moment you shift your mindset from victim to creator, everything changes. You are not a product of your past. You are a product of your choices. It doesn't matter where you started, what obstacles you've faced, or how many times you've fallen. What matters is that you decide right now to take control. The power is in your hands. Many spend their lives waiting for the right opportunity, waiting for the perfect conditions, waiting for permission from someone else. But waiting is a form of fear. People who succeed are those who do something before they feel ready to do it. They know that confidence is not something you wait for. It is something you build through action. You do not need somebody to validate your dreams. You do not need someone to tell you that you are good enough. You have to decide that you are. Into your power means silencing those doubts and excuses. Your mind is powerful, but it can be the worst enemy if you let it. Fear is whispering in your ear, telling you that you are not ready, that you will fail, that you don't deserve to have more. But fear lies. The people breaking into extraordinary lives are those who master their mindset. They prepare themselves every day to focus on possibilities rather than limitations. They train themselves to take action even if doubt creeps in. You have to rewire your thinking. Instead of thinking, I don't know if I can do this, start by thinking, how can I make this happen? Change the mindset of, these things happen to other people. That's the reason why they're no different from you. They just decided to go for it. It's only the difference in a decision and the action between those who live extraordinary lives and those who settle. Owning your path also means letting go of external approval. We live in a world where validation is often sought through likes, comments, and opinions from others. But true success comes when you stop caring about what others think and start focusing on what you think. If you're constantly living for approval, you will never be free. The moment you detach from needing validation is the moment you gain real power. Think about it. Every great visionary faced criticism. Every leader, innovator, and trailblazer was told at some point that their ideas were impossible, that they were dreaming too big, that they should be realistic. If they had listened, we wouldn't have the breakthroughs, the inventions, the art, the technology, and the progress that shape our world today. The people who change the game are the ones who refuse to let the opinions of others dictate their decisions. You get to decide what success means to you, not what society says, not what your family expects, not what tradition dictates. Your life is yours, and if you don't claim it, someone else will. You either build your own dreams or you spend your life helping someone else build theirs. So take control, step into your power. You don't need permission, you don't need a perfect plan, you just need the courage to start. Passion alone is not enough. You need drive, energy, and unstoppable hunger. Success doesn't happen by accident. It's built by those who refuse to settle. What lights you up? What makes you feel alive? Tap into that fire and use it as fuel. When challenges arise, and they will, you push through because you're driven by something greater than fear. Nothing can stop the person who is fully committed. One of the biggest myths is that motivation does it. Motivation is great. It spikes an idea, ignites excitement, and gives you a sense of purpose. But motivation fades. It's inconsistent. It doesn't show up every morning when you wake up tired or when things don't go your way. What you need is something deeper than that. An unshakable drive that keeps pushing you forward even when motivation disappears. The people who achieve massive success in life are the ones who create their own momentum. They don't wait to feel like it. They don't sit around hoping for inspiration. They act, they execute, they show up even when they don't want to because they know that consistent action creates results. When you train yourself to take action regardless of how you feel, you become unstoppable. So where does that kind of drive come from? It begins with clarity. You need to know exactly what you want and why it matters to you. Without clarity, it's easy to lose focus. Without a compelling reason, you'll give up at the first sign of difficulty. Your purpose needs to be bigger than your excuses. It needs to be so strong that quitting isn't even an option. Take some time and ask yourself, what do I truly want? What kind of life do I want to create? What legacy do I want to leave behind? These aren't abstract questions, but the backbone of your success. The more specific you become, the more powerful your motivation will be. If your vision is weak, your actions will be weak. But if your vision is crystal clear, whatever you are doing, you can see it, feel it, taste it, nothing will stop you. Feeding your fire. Once you have that clarity, feed your fire every day. Passion and drive need to be cultivated. You cannot feel unstoppable if you're constantly consuming negativity, doubting yourself, or surrounding yourself with people who drain your energy. Your environment is a huge contributor to your success. The books you read, the people you listen to, the conversations you have, all these shape your mindset. If you want to remain driven, you need to fuel your mind with powerful, positive influences. One of the best ways to do this is through rituals and habits that reinforce your commitment. Successful people don't leave their mindset to chance. They have routines that keep them focused and energized. Whether it's morning affirmations, visualization, goal setting, or daily reflection, they make sure that their fire never dies out. If you're not conditioning your mind daily, you're leaving yourself vulnerable to distraction, self-doubt, and procrastination. Drive is built through action as well. People spend too much time in planning. They wait for months and years to prepare, research, and wait for the right time to begin. Well, the reality is that action creates clarity. You don't need all your answers before you start. All you need to do is take that first step. And when you do, momentum builds. The more you take action, the more confidence you gain. The more you gain in confidence, the more unstoppable you are going to become. Of course, challenges are bound to come your way. You will be dealt setbacks, obstacles, and moments of doubt. That's just part of the journey. But the difference between those who win and those who quit is the response they make to adversity. The people who win in life don't view obstacles as stop signs. They see them as tests. They understand that every challenge is an opportunity to grow stronger. They don't ask, why is this happening to me? They ask, how can I use this to become better? This is what this mindset change does. You remove the power that difficulties had over you. You stop being afraid of failure. You stop allowing setbacks to define you. You use them to fuel pushing harder. Commitment is also another key aspect of unstoppable drive. It's easy to be excited in the beginning when everything's new and full of potential. But what happens when the excitement wears off, when progress slows down, when things get tough? This is where most people quit. They lose interest, they lose discipline, and they convince themselves that maybe it's not meant for them. But the ones who achieve greatness, they stay committed no matter what. They don't rely on feelings, they rely on decisions. They made a commitment and they follow through, even when it's hard. Commitment is doing what you said you were going to do long after the mood in which you said it has left you. It means staying in the game when others drop out. It means refusing to negotiate with excuses. The moment you fully commit to your vision, the universe responds. Opportunities open up, the right people show up, doors that seemed locked before suddenly start to crack open, but it all starts with your decision to go all in. And let's be real, it's not easy. And at times, you'll feel as though you don't want to do it, wondering if everything is worth all the exhaustion and hard work. That's when you remind yourself why you wanted to start. Dig deep within and tell yourself that each struggle, every sacrifice, every late night takes you closer to the life that you deserve. If you stop, you lose. If you keep going, you keep dreaming. So let your fire burn bright, protect it, fuel it, guard it from negativity and doubt. And most importantly, never stop moving forward. Because the person who refuses to quit is the person who wins. Most people live inside a cage built from their own doubts, fears, and past experiences. But here's the truth. Limitations only exist if you accept them. You must condition your mind daily to believe in your greatness. Turn I can't into how can I. Don't be afraid to take risks. The biggest regrets in life come from the chances we didn't take. So go all in. Your potential is limitless. From the time we are young, we are conditioned to believe in limits. We hear phrases like, be realistic, that's impossible, and stay in your lane. Society teaches us to play it safe, to follow the rules, and to avoid risks. But those rules were made by people who were too afraid to step outside of their comfort zones. The truth is, the only real limitations in life are the ones you choose to believe in. Think of the biggest achievements in human history. Every major breakthrough, from the airplane invention to the rise of the internet, occurred because someone refused to accept barriers. The Wright brothers were told that man could never fly. Thomas Edison failed over 1,000 times before he created the light bulb. Every world-changing innovation was once impossible until someone made it happen. Imagine, for example, what you could possibly achieve if only you stopped making such limits hold for you. You can forget that you tell people, I can't. Instead, think, how? This is, of course, a mental shift, one that often divides the folks who go about their greatness versus the ones trapped. Asking the question, how, forces one's brain into solutions rather than complaining. What happens is people see opportunities ahead instead of going against them. You start thinking creatively, acting, and pushing beyond what you once thought was possible. Challenge is the only way to break free from limits. Each time you hold back, each time fear makes you slow down, ask yourself, is this a limit or just a story I've been telling myself? For most of the time, our fears are stories. Stories written by previous failures, other people's opinions, or by fear of the unknown. But stories can be rewritten. You must begin training your mind every day to believe in your greatness. Just as an athlete trains the body daily, you have to train your mind to reject doubt and embrace possibility. Feed yourself with empowering thoughts, uplifting books, and inspiring people. What you focus on expands. If you are constantly dwelling on limitations, then you will live a limited life. But when you fill your mind with thoughts of growth, strength, and resilience, you will expand into your full potential. Taking risks has been a major part of how breaking limits occur. Being afraid of failure keeps most people stuck. Let me tell you something you must get through your thick skull. Failure is not the opposite of success. It is part of success. Every great success story includes failures, setbacks, and moments of doubt. What differs is that successful people won't let failure define them. They use it to grow. Every time you take a risk, you grow. Every time you step into discomfort, you build strength. Your potential expands every time you push beyond your comfort zone. But if you never take that first step, you'll never know what you're truly capable of. Think of those people you admire the most. Whether they are athletes, entrepreneurs, artists, or leaders, they all share one thing: they risked. They were willing to fail, be laughed at, or struggle because staying the same is worse than failure. They know that regret hurts much more than failure. Regret is the most painful thing in the world. The pain of failure lasts for a moment, but the pain of wondering what if lasts a lifetime. Don't let fear keep you from taking your shot. You don't want to look back years from now and wish you had gone all in. You don't want to wonder what could have been if only you had believed in yourself a little more